Good morning, guys. We're going to do a real-time shave today. We're not going to waste time, and I'm not even going to describe the stuff because it's the same stuff I've been using all month. All right, I've had the, since we're not going to do any breaks, this will be as if, a person was doing it at home, and we'll see how long a slurry lather, 3-pass lather can take. I'm going to shake most of the water out as usual, well, some of the water out. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That many swirls did well for me before. Midnight Stag is the soap from Chiseled Face. I didn't even wet my face beforehand. This method's so wet that, shoot, if you're really in a hurry, you might be able to skip that. Because you can see that we've got water coming off of the brush already. This slurry that's being generated right now is actually very slick, and it'll get the shaving job done. Now, it's not conditioning your face as much as something that you would have left on there, but it still works quite well. This is use number 507 of this particular Nacet blade. Now, normally a person who needs to shave fast is going to just keep the blade in their razor, and so this could be taking more time than it really needs to. And I guess I need to show you guys, here's the N and the 1 for the blade there to show you it's the same Nacet that I've been using. So I may have used up 30 seconds or something like that that wasn't necessary. But it'd be great if I could get this done in 10 minutes or less, right? Also, sometimes it's good for me. I am known for taking my time and really developing the lather. But sometimes you don't have that. Sometimes, plenty of times, I have not shaved because I didn't think I had time. And in retrospect, I would rather maybe do one of these kind of shaves than no shave at all, So, the brush isn't quite as, splash of water now, as flexible as it normally would be because it did not get very much soak time, but it'll do the job. It's actually still kind of soft. Even in a busy morning, a typical person's probably going to be able to stop by the bathroom and stick their brush in a soaking cup, and so I don't think that needs to be, that soaking time needs to be incorporated into your shave time. For most people. Now, because each pass does something, a lot of times the first pass will do more. And so sometimes I like to be a little slack on the first couple of passes, and then it just lets that third pass do more. So that's a second pass down. I still feel that really nice slickness on my face here. When I do the rinses, it's kind of a shame to waste the lather that I'm not going to use today. I'm just going to do 3 passes. The soap is already got that ring of death. And there we go. By now we've got probably a mature lather going on right now in the brush. And as you can see, I've still got 3 or 4 passes left in there. And now, a quick pass. So the razor, as usual, is the Timeless Open Comb 68 Gap stainless steel. Soap and the splash and the frag are all Chiseled Face Midnight Stag, what I am doing during the whole month of August. Continuing to use a Gillette Nacet blade. The brush is the B35 from Zenith. That was a group buy with our wetshaving. And there is a third pass. Not a lot of residual slickness in this case, but that's kind of the way this goes. It's always important to rinse your razor. I like to loosen it up. I'm going to make that time part of my routine because it's a realistic routine, right? Not some fantasy routine. And that's how long it takes to rinse my face. And I didn't even get all of the soap off. I'm leaving a little bit of the skin food on for later. My water here is soft, and so it takes a while to rinse sometimes. And yes, you do not want to leave your brush in a bowl of lather. You got to clean that up too. Realistic shaves does include cleanup time. A smaller brush is going to have less cleanup time, so if you are interested in a time-efficient morning routine, then a smaller brush is going to be helpful for you. There we go. Obviously, for a morning routine that needs to be fast, I'm not going to bother with hair drying and treating the boar brush, but just about any brush, I'm going to come over to my towel and remove the excess water by a little stropping action there. He'll dry just fine on its own. Splash. And look at that. We're under 8 minutes. Now, yes, obviously this routine is going to have all the pitfalls of a fast routine. You don't have as much experience with the soap and the smells and the brush tips and enjoying all that. I feel a little rushed, but I don't think I'm being too super rushed. And then we'll even include time to spray on some cologne. And then we look around. There's nothing else to put away. And that's it. 8 minutes. 8 minutes. A 3-pass shave with a nice lather. A wet, slick lather. 3-pass shave in 8 minutes. I have done a bowl lathering shave with Mitchell's wool fat years ago in about 9.5 minutes. And that was actually whipping up in a bowl. The 3 passes of lather taking care of it. So bowl lathering itself doesn't have to be slow either. But there we go, an 8-minute shave. And it wasn't really too hastily done, a little bit I suppose. But if you're in the morning and you need to get to work, it's good to know how long this could take. If you are new at this, a lot more time than that for your own sake. It's better to go slower. Shave in the evening if you have to, because it's better to get the angles right. It's better to have your technique be right. Speed doesn't matter quite as much with your technique with the brush and generating the lather and stuff, but with your razor especially, take your time, because see, right now I'm able to go fast because I've done this thousands of times and my muscle memory just works, okay? And so I'm able to use that to go fast and to be effective at the same time. If you're new at this, don't go fast. Get it right. Let that muscle memory develop. It'll also be kinder to your skin, hair, and face. And there we go. a quick slurry lather shave, 8 minutes. That does really well. I think this type of method appeals to people who need speed in the morning, to people who like really wet lathers, because it does that, especially in the beginning, and to people who are kind of new at this hobby and they're maybe having trouble with their lathers. Maybe they're too dry or something like that. They're not coming together very well. I've used this method with, I think, Sterling and Barrister and Mann and another maker, probably Mammoth. And the slurry lather works well with all those guys. The only variable is how long to load, and it's pretty easy to dial that in. But everything else, because you're starting at a really wet point, wetter is better in terms of shaving because of the slickness that it provides. Because you're starting really wet, then your lather starts to come together as the passes move forward in the shave. And so then you can feel the lather change, but you're starting from that point already of just that ultra, not ultra slickness, because a lather can mature more and kind of keep the same amount of water and get more slick, that kind of thing. But you're never coming at it from a too dry point, trying to add more water to it, because a lot of people, I think, stop short and they end up with a lather that's too dry. Now, if you like that lather, that's what you like, then I'm not saying you're wrong, because it's your shave. You treat it how you want, do what you want. But I think a lot of people, if they knew how a wetter lather would feel in terms of performance, the razor moving across your face, in terms of slickness, I think they might do it more. All right, 8 minutes. All right. Well, I've got work to do. There's a reason I chose today's shave to be fast. It's because I got to get back to work. Take care now. This is Sugar Daddy Shaves. Good night.